By the time the billionaire's car was hanging over the black water, everybody else had already run. Rain slapped the Freedom Bridge and wind howled over Lagos Lagoon like an old woman warning stubborn children. Headlights cut through the storm in broken lines. Horns blared in panic. Somewhere, metal screamed as if it could feel the water calling. At the very edge of the shattered bridge, a silver SUV dangled half in the air, its nose tilted toward the hungry darkness below. Each gust of wind made it sway just enough to remind everyone watching that the next second was not guaranteed. Inside it, Zara Johnson, young, famous, and used to control, was losing her grip on everything. Her airbag had exploded. Her seatbelt had bruised her chest. A thin line of blood ran from her hairline where glass had cut her. One front wheel spun in empty air, useless and frantic. The other barely clung to cracked concrete like a fingernail holding onto a cliff. "Somebody help," she shouted, "please." No one answered. Cars that could still move were revering fast, tires screeching. People who could run were already gone, their footsteps slapping wet asphalt, their eyes turned away from danger as if looking would pull them in two. Except for one person. A young man in a soaked orange safety vest, boots heavy with cement dust, hard hat crooked on his head. Simeon Adwale. Minutes earlier, he'd been farther down the bridge, feeling it shiver under his feet, watching a hairline crack spread like a lie across the concrete. He shouted. He waved. He begged his supervisor to stop traffic. Nobody listened. Then the bridge coughed, the road dropped, and everything became noise and fear. Now he crawled toward the dangling SUV, palms scraping against wet gravel, rain stinging his eyes. "Ma'am, don't move," Simeon shouted through the storm. Zara twisted as much as her trapped leg allowed, panic wide in her eyes. "My leg is stuck. Please don't let me fall." The bridge groaned again. A section behind Simeon dropped into the lagoon with a crash that threw cold mist into his face. The sound echoed under the bridge like a warning drum. He didn't stop. He reached the back of the SUV and planted his boots wide, forcing himself not to look down. The water below was too dark, too hungry. He could almost hear it. "Look at me," he said, breath tearing out of him. "Not the water, not the car, look at me." Up close, she was not a headline or a billionaire. She was a human being who had just discovered that money could not negotiate with gravity. Simeon yanked the back door. It wouldn't open. He pulled again, muscles straining. The SUV lurched and Zara screamed. "We don't have time," he said, voice low and firm. "You have to come out now, do you understand?" I can't move." The bridge shook harder, like it was coughing up its final breath. Somewhere behind Simeon, someone shouted his name. "Simeon, leave her. The whole place is going to collapse." He ignored it. He pressed his shoulder into the frame and pulled until the metal screamed, and the door jerked open just enough. "Turn and crawl backward," he ordered. "I'll pull you out." Zara's hands shook as she reached for her seatbelt. The instant it released, the SUV dipped again, as if it wanted to throw her into the lagoon. She froze. Simeon leaned in, rain dripping from his eyelashes. "Trust me." Something in his voice cut through her panic. Not romance, not magic, just the kind of steady strength that told her, for once in her life, somebody was not trying to sell her anything. She moved in pain, inch by inch, dragging her leg free. As she twisted, a cowrie shell charm at her neck swung into view and caught lightning. For one heartbeat, Simeon heard his grandmother's warning again. "When the river and the road start arguing, the shell will find you." Zara reached out. Simeon grabbed her wrists and pulled. The SUV slid forward. Its last wheel lost the bridge. The car fell away beneath her with a roar that swallowed her scream. For one terrifying second, she hung in open air, with nothing under her but black water and rain. Simeon roared and dragged her up and over the broken edge. They hit the asphalt hard. Zara collapsed on top of him, both of them shaking so violently their bodies felt like drums. Behind them, the bridge crumbled in a chain reaction, concrete falling, steel snapping, water exploding upward. Sirens wailed in the distance. The air smelled hot and electric. Zara clutched Simeon's vest as if it was the only real thing left in the world. "You saved my life," she whispered, half disbelief, half prayer. "Somebody had to," Simeon said, still shaking. She opened her mouth to speak again. "Move away from her." Armed officers rushed in. They guided Zara back and grabbed Simeon like he was the danger. "What did I do?" Simeon protested. "You were seen near the failed section before the collapse," an officer snapped. "You're coming with us." Zara shouted, "He saved me, he pulled me out." The officer barely glanced at her. "With respect, ma'am, this might not be as simple as it looks." They shoved Simeon into a police truck. Through rain and flashing lights, Zara and Simeon locked eyes, fear, gratitude, and something new rising between them. The truck rattled like it was held together by rusty bolts and stubborn faith. Simeon sat on a hard bench, hands cuffed in front of him, rain still dripping from his hair. The city slid by through a tiny square of glass. He tried to breathe slowly. "You are alive, you saved someone, you did the right thing." Then the other thought pressed in. "So why am I the one in handcuffs?" He closed his eyes and drifted back to that morning. His grandmother had been frying plantain, humming softly. Their one-room home by the waterside was small, but it held more love than most mansions. "Simeon, wake up," she called. "The sun is already on your forehead." "Grandma, the sun is not even hot yet," he joked. "The bridge will not build itself," she replied, "and your supervisor does not like excuses." He laughed, poured water over his head, and dressed for work, but she watched him with careful eyes. "You are quiet," she said. "Did a dream follow you from the night?" He hesitated. For days, he had been dreaming of water, broken roads, and a cowrie shell floating just out of reach. "It's nothing," he said. She shook her head. "Sometimes the spirit speaks through dreams when we refuse to listen in the daytime." He tried to lighten the mood. "Today my supervisor will shout at me. Does that count as a spirit speaking?" She swatted him gently, then held his face in her hands, searching his eyes as if tomorrow lived inside them. "Listen," she said softly. "If something does not feel right today, do not stay because of pride or small money. Better to be poor and alive than rich in a coffin." He frowned. "Grandma, why are you talking like this?" Instead of answering, she pressed something small into his palm. "A loose cowrie shell. From the same woman we sold the other one to," she said. "She came by yesterday and said, 'Give it to your boy. The river and the road are arguing again.'" Simeon had smiled like a man who did not believe, but he still tucked it into his pocket. Now in the police truck, he pressed his cuffed hands to that pocket. The cowrie was still there. Not the one at Zara's throat, but its twin. Two pieces of one story trying to meet again. The station smelled of sweat and old paper. People sat on plastic chairs, angry, crying, waiting. Simeon was led into a small room with a table, 2 chairs, and a light that flickered like it wanted to quit. Inspector Dyke walked in with a file and an expression that trusted no one. He confirmed Simeon's name, his job on the bridge project, then leaned in. "Witnesses say you were shouting that the bridge was unsafe," he said. "Why?" Simeon explained. Cracks, vibration, the feeling in his feet. He told Dyke how he begged his supervisor to stop traffic and was told to stay quiet and keep working. Dyke asked why Simeon did not file a written report. Simeon almost laughed. "Sir, we are casual laborers. If we cause trouble, our names will disappear from the work list." Dyke's eyes narrowed, like he hated that truth. Then he asked the question that turned Simeon's stomach. "How did you know the bridge would fail?" Dyke said. "You were shouting before it collapsed. Then you ran toward that car. You were in the perfect position to look like a hero." Simeon stared. "Sir, are you saying I damaged the bridge?" "I'm saying we must consider all possibilities," Dyke replied, "including sabotage." The word sat in the room like smoke. Simeon's voice cracked with disbelief. "I don't know anything about sabotage. I carry blocks, I mix cement, I count hours, that's all." Dyke asked if anyone paid him, promised him anything, asked him to watch a section. "No, sir." Then Dyke asked the question that hurt in a different way. "The woman you saved," he said, "did you know her before tonight?" Simeon thought of Zara's terrified eyes. "No, sir." Dyke leaned back. "People online are already saying this was staged, that maybe she wanted to expose corruption and you were her helper." Simeon's hands tightened on the edge of the chair. "She nearly died. Does that sound staged?" Dyke didn't answer. He stood and said Simeon would remain under observation. Simeon sat alone afterward, exhausted, body aching, mind spinning. He thought of rumors on site, cheap cement, unrecorded night deliveries, supervisors who became rich overnight. He had always believed the bad people were above him. Now he realized they did not mind stepping on him to cover their footprints. Across town, Zara lay under bright hospital lights cleared for bruises and a cut, physically fine. Inside, not fine at all. Her fingers kept rolling the cowrie at her neck. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw Simeon's face and heard him say, "Look at me." Her security chief stepped in. "Madam, police have a man in custody, a laborer. They suspect he might be involved." "Involved how?" Zara sat up sharply. "They say he knew the bridge would fail," he replied. "Maybe even helped it." Zara stared. "The same man who saved me." The security chief shrugged. "Anything is possible." Zara's voice went quiet. "Not everything is true." She swung her legs off the bed. "Get the car, we're going to the station." Back in the station, an officer entered Simeon's room with a tablet. A grainy video played. A figure in an orange vest under the bridge at night, hitting a support beam deliberately. "That is you, isn't it?" the officer asked. The figure's jawline could pass. The height could pass. The movement felt uncomfortably familiar. But Simeon noticed what fear sharpened. The lighting, the sound, the time stamp. Something was wrong. "That's not me," he whispered. "It was sent anonymously," the officer said, "straight to the station." Simeon's blood ran cold. Whoever wanted the bridge to fall wasn't only stealing materials. They were also building a story, one where Simeon was the villain. Outside, tires squealed. A black SUV pulled in. Zara Johnson stepped out, anger in her eyes, hospital band still on her wrist. The station went quiet as she entered. She carried the kind of authority that made even tired men sit upright. "I'm looking for Simeon," she said. She did not accept delays. She did not accept excuses. She walked the corridor, pushed open the interrogation door, and faced the video. "That's not him," Zara said immediately. Dyke tried to talk about evidence and procedures. Zara leaned in, demanded zoom, froze a frame, and pointed to the figure's wrist. "A snake tattoo." Zara turned to Simeon. "Do you have a tattoo?" Simeon shook his head. "No, ma'am." Zara pointed again. "And those reflective strips are silver. The workers on that section wear yellow. I noticed his vest when he pulled me out." Dyke stared at the screen like he was seeing it for the first time. "This is staged," Zara said. "Someone wants him to take the fall." Dyke warned her about powerful people. Zara's voice dropped. "I know." Dyke still pressed Simeon. How did he predict the collapse? "I saw cracks," Simeon said. "I heard the bridge calling for help." Dyke disliked that answer. But then a senior officer rushed in. The video was trending. Simeon was being called the bridge bomber. The situation was turning into a public fire. Simeon was released for now. Outside, reporters pushed forward. Cameras flashed. A microphone nearly hit Simeon's face. "Did you damage the bridge? Are you working with Zara Johnson? Was this staged?" Then a reporter shouted a lie sharp enough to cut them both. Is it true the billionaire and the construction worker were holding hands on the bridge before it fell? Zara's jaw tightened. She did not argue. She pulled Simeon into her SUV. Inside, the air felt unreal. Warm, quiet, safe for 1 second. "Someone is trying to rewrite the truth," Zara said. Simeon nodded. "And they are willing to use both of us." Outside the station, a fake journalist lowered his camera. It was not recording, it was transmitting. "Did she take him?" a voice asked. "Yes," the man replied. "They left together." "Good," the voice said. "Everything is happening exactly as planned." Zara drove in silence, then spoke. "We can't go to my home." Simeon asked if she believed they were being watched. "Someone sent that video the same hour the bridge collapsed," she said. "If they can frame you, they can track us." She drove to a discreet apartment complex on the island. Inside waited Kiara, sharp-eyed, suspicious, and unimpressed by wealth. "You're late," Kiara said, "and you brought someone." "This is Simeon," Zara said. "He saved my life." Kiara studied him. "You don't look like a murderer." "I'm not." Zara spread documents across the table. Invoices, blueprints, reports. She admitted she had seen inconsistencies months earlier but did not push. Too many powerful people. Simeon scanned the papers and pointed out what his hands already knew. Quantities that didn't match, steel sizes that were wrong, materials swapped. "It collapsed because someone stole money and cut corners," Simeon said. Zara's face tightened. "So I wasn't unlucky, I was a target." Kiara asked the question that mattered. "What's the plan?" "We need proof," Zara said. "Real proof." Simeon nodded. "Workers know things. If we return to the site, we can find someone who will talk." They had barely agreed when a hard knock hit the door. Kiara went still. "I didn't order anything." It was too quiet outside. Then a tiny metallic click. Simeon's eyes widened. "Get down." The door exploded inward. Dust filled the room. A brick slid across the floor, wrapped in cloth. Inside was a note. "Stop digging or you'll join the truth. At the bottom of the lagoon." Kiara stared. "They know where you are." Zara's voice dropped. "They are trying to erase us." If you're still watching at this point, take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this story with someone who loves gripping African folktale dramas. And tell us where you're watching from. We want to see how far this story is traveling. Also, what would you have done in this moment? Would you continue investigating or would you run? They did not wait for another warning. They left through the stairwell, moving fast but quietly. Outside, a man across the street pretended to read a newspaper in the dark. Simeon saw the glow of his phone as he typed quickly. Zara's fingers tightened around her hood. "He's reporting." "Exactly," Simeon said. "And if we step out normally, we become a story they can finish." Kiara scanned the compound. "Back gate. We cut through the service alley. My neighbor's camera does not reach there." They slipped into the alley and called motorcycles. Within minutes, 2 riders arrived. They rode toward the unfinished bridge works, moving low and cautious. The construction site at night looked like a graveyard, cranes frozen midair, beams throwing long shadows, cement bags sagging from rain. Simeon led them through a gap in the fence. A small fire burned in a metal drum. 5 workers sat around it, tired faces lit by flame. One recognized Simeon. "You're the one who pulled the billionaire out." Simeon did not smile. "We need to talk about the bridge." Zara stepped forward, voice steady. "Someone framed him. Someone tried to kill me. If we don't find the truth, they will bury all of us." A scarred worker produced a cracked phone and played a video. Cheap materials mixed at night, swapped deliveries, supervisors shouting and Emeka signing documents with shaky hands. Zara's hands trembled. This can expose them. The worker shook his head. It's not enough. The man who filmed it is missing. Last time we saw him, they chased him toward the river. Before Simeon could ask more, black SUVs rolled in with headlights off. Armed men stepped out. The air changed. A calm voice spoke from under a cap. You're not supposed to be here. Then softer, since you are, you will not be leaving. Workers scattered into the dark. The armed circle tightened. The leader tilted his head. You're the one they are calling a hero. Simeon did not answer. The leader's smile was small and cruel. Heroes create problems. Problems get corrected. They grabbed Simeon. He fought, but trained hands slammed him down. Kiara tried to protect Zara and was thrown aside. A rod rose. Simeon tackled the man into cement bags. Dust exploded. Zara was dragged by the ankle. She kicked and screamed. A worker struck an attacker with a shovel and shouted for her to run. Gunfire cracked. Simeon dragged Zara and Kiara into the maze of the site toward a service tunnel. Dark, damp, avoided by workers who believed it held something wrong. They ran blind. A flashlight beam sliced the darkness. They burst out of the tunnel, only to find more men waiting. The leader raised a gun at Simeon. Then headlights blasted the yard. A van skidded between them. The driver leaned out, dreadlocks flying. Get in. Zara gasped, Leo. They dove in. Bullets rang out as the van fishtailed away. A bullet punched through a panel with a sound like a hammer striking metal. Kiara flattened herself on the floor. I did not sign up for this. Leo glanced at Zara through the mirror. Are you sure those people are not your enemies from the past? Zara glared, drive. The chase exploded through unfinished roads. 2 SUVs followed. Leo swerved around steel rods and potholes. The road split. Leo took an unfinished flyover ramp. That road isn't finished, Simeon shouted. The SUV followed anyway. Ahead, the ramp ended in a terrifying gap. Leo's jaw tightened and he stepped on the gas. The van flew. It landed hard, bounced, skidded, but stayed upright. Kiara screamed. Zara held her breath until she could breathe again. The SUV landed too, still coming, forcing them back into the city. Leo drove toward crowded streets where guns could not speak without witnesses. People recognized Zara. Phones came out. The SUV slowed. They hid in an alley behind a warehouse, breathing hard, staring at bullet holes in the van. They want us gone, Simeon said. Zara's voice steadied. Then we expose everything. At dawn, they hid in an abandoned warehouse near Balagun Market. Lights slipped through broken windows like thin prison bars. They argued quietly, like people afraid their own voices might attract danger. We cannot keep running, Zara said. Kiara answered, and if we stop, they kill us. Leo lifted his hands. We need a plan that does not involve dying. Simeon named the person who mattered, Emeka. If he is alive, he knows the full story, Simeon said. They went to Gunnel. At Emeka's mother's house, they found Emeka, bruised, bandaged, barely standing. He admitted the online footage was fake and meant to frame Simeon. He had filmed the real corruption but was chased, beaten, and forced to run. Why frame him? Zara demanded. Because he's poor, Emeka said. Because nobody believes a worker over a contractor. Zara pressed him. Where is the evidence they couldn't destroy? Emeka gripped her wrist. There is one. Gunshots shattered the answer. Windows burst. Panic spilled into the street. Emeka collapsed. Zara begged him to hold on. Emeka's hand trembled toward Simeon's pocket. Find it, he whispered. Then he went still. They ran as SUVs blocked the street and armed men stepped out. In the chaos, motorcycles roared in and confusion exploded. Simeon grabbed Zara's hand and pulled her through the crowd. Kiara and Leo followed. If you've stayed with this story until now, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share this video. And tell us, what would you have done in this moment? Would you face the danger or run for your life? Tell us in the comments where you're watching from. We're reading every single one. They ran until their lungs burned, crossed a small footbridge, and cut into alleys where strangers became walls and walls became cover. "My house," Simeon said. They reached his grandmother's home. Mama Edwale read trouble on his face before he spoke. Inside, she asked for the cowrie. Simeon placed his cowrie on the table. Zara removed hers and placed it beside his. Twins. Mama Edwale nodded, not the cowrie itself, but what it points to. Zara understood. Markers. Mama Edwale explained that truth is sometimes hidden with quiet signs. A shell, a knot, a scratch, a map only the right people can read. Then she whispered the place. Emeka's mother used to hide what mattered most. The dry well at the old community center. A violent knock hit the door. A voice demanded they come out. Simeon did not hesitate. Out the back. They fled as armed men broke into the house. The community center stood abandoned. Behind it, the dry well waited, sealed with cheap plaster. Leo broke it. Simeon climbed down and lifted out a rusted metal box. Inside, stamped documents, blueprints, photographs, USB drives, and a damaged recorder. Zara's breath shook. This is everything. Then the gunmen arrived. The leader in the cap stepped forward. Give me the box and I'll make it quick. Zara stepped in front of Simeon. No. The leader tilted his head. Do you think anyone will believe a billionaire who fell in love with a construction worker? Zara pulled out her phone and went live. Thousands of followers were notified instantly. The leader's eyes widened. Turn that off. Zara lifted the camera, showing the men with guns. Here are the people who sabotaged the Freedom Bridge, she announced. Here are the men trying to kill us to hide the truth. The men panicked. Some covered their faces. The leader lunged forward. Simeon met him head-on. Kiara grabbed the box and ran. Leo fought with a metal pipe. Zara kept filming. Sirens rose. Neighbors had called the police. People poured into the yard, shouting and recording, surrounding the attackers. The leader tried to run. Simeon tackled him and held him down until handcuffs clicked. Police seized weapons, took the box, and started asking questions that could no longer be avoided. Hours later, at a public emergency hearing streamed nationwide, Zara and Simeon stood under bright lights. The live stream played behind them. Zara spoke clearly. People died because of corruption, but the truth stands today because someone refused to look away. She looked at Simeon. I am alive because he did what the powerful failed to do. He acted. Simeon stepped forward. I am not a hero, he said. I'm a worker. I saw the crack. I tried to warn them. Nobody listened because I was just the man in the vest. He lifted his chin. But the truth does not ask your salary before it kills you. If we keep building like this, we will keep burying people. Corruption isn't only stealing money, it is stealing safety. The hall erupted in applause. Arrests multiplied. Investigations widened. Men who once felt untouchable found themselves dragged into the light. Weeks later, on the rebuilt Freedom Bridge, the wind was gentle. The lagoon moved calmly below. Zara touched the new railing. I used to pass here without thinking. Simeon smiled. The place you almost died. And the place I began to live differently, she said. They faced each other. I didn't know billionaires could be this stubborn, Simeon said. Zara laughed. And I didn't know construction workers could be this brave. He took her hand. From falling bridges to falling in love, Zara whispered. Life is strange. Strange, Simeon said softly, leaning closer, but worth it. They kissed beneath the rising sun, on a bridge rebuilt with truth, just like them.